Fellow sinners, how are y'all doing? Yesterday, I finished the Gospel of John. So today, I decided I'm going to read the rest of the Gospels, starting with the Gospel of Matthew. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. I got my Bible. I encourage you to get yours out as well and follow along with me. We're starting in Matthew chapter 1. So this chapter starts off with the genealogy of Jesus. And it just goes down the line of all of these ancestors, starting from Abraham, goes to David, which I'm assuming is King David, right? And then it goes finally to Jesus, the Messiah. I remember one of the times I've tried to start reading the Bible, I started from the beginning and I think through Genesis, but I got to a point where it was just pages and pages of stuff like this where it's going someone, son of this guy, son of this guy, son of this guy. It just got so repetitive after a while. Like it made me give up, you know. So I'm glad I started making these videos because it keeps me accountable and it keeps me on track. You guys are holding me accountable to reading the Bible every day and sticking with it until I finish the whole thing. Anyway, back to Matthew chapter 1. In verse 18, it says, "This is how the birth of Jesus, the Messiah, came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, she found to be pregnant through the Holy Spirit." Is this the only case of being pregnant without, And I've always known that, Mary was a virgin, right? But what role does that actually play? I'll probably do a little bit of research, but I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to see anything crazy, But anyway, continuing in verse 19. "Because Joseph, her husband, was faithful to the law, and yet he did not want to expose her to public disgrace, he had in mind to divorce her quietly." Joseph is a nice guy, He's got his customs, he's got his law that he wants to follow, and he's faithful to it. But he doesn't want to throw Mary under the bus, Obviously, he thought something sketchy was up, Mary was doing something she shouldn't be, but he was still nice about it. He didn't want to make Mary a public disgrace, But before Joseph could go through with the divorce, an angel appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save people from their sins." That'd be pretty cool to see an angel in your dream, have it tell you what to do. But anyway, the rest is history, Joseph stays with Mary, they give birth to Jesus, and Jesus grows up to be the Messiah, the Son of God. And then verse 22. "All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. So I'm assuming this was prophesied somewhere earlier in the Bible, which is cool because everything I've read so far has pretty much all been prophesied earlier. So after Joseph has this dream, he goes and does what the angel says. And then in verse 25, "But he did not consummate their marriage until she gave birth to a son, and he gave him the name Jesus." I need to look up what consummate means because I have absolutely no idea. I've never seen that word before. But either way, Joseph did what the angel said, and the rest is history. So that was Matthew chapter 1, kind of like the intro paragraph of an essay. I'm excited to read the rest of the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 2, tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. I love you guys. Subscribe.